Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are through to the Fight Gun and Fight channel and an impromptu video which has interrupted the scheduling a little bit, but you know, for the better as we get to video 1000. So Toei Company released a new promotional video for Digimon Adventure Tri Chapter 3 Confession, and then went and region locked it, despite no other video they've put up being region locked thus far. So I don't know how I managed to pull it off YouTube, but I guess I got it before the region lock, or either way, I've just seen the video in my subscriptions. I pulled it down because I knew I was going to have to make one of these videos and I wanted it for screen caps and that end of things. I managed to pull it onto the laptop, but then now I'm on the main computer, and when I tried to do the same thing, even the source I was using to pull it down is a no-go. But I have it, and as you'll see now, we'll go through some caps. I'm not putting the trailer up on the channel simply because Toei have already copy-stricken me once, and you know, I kind of want to maintain some sort of a good status for the next 3 months. So, you know, I suppose really 2, because we're technically in June now. You know, so just bear with me on that front. But let's go through the video. So if you're watching the video, you know, keep along, but the screen caps I have up will be relevant to the trailer. So we get the Toei Animation logo, and then we get the kids looking up at the sky, and we've got TK and Izzy standing next to each other. Izzy dressed up like Super Mario for some reason. And then Ty says something and seems really cheerful and happy. So I don't know if this is at the end of the episode that they're showing it, or maybe partway through one of the chapters or the end of one of the chapters. But he seems content, or at least confident about something. And I think the line here is the line they've been promoting. You know, if we take too long, in the blink of an eye, we'll have already become adults. So then we get the Tri logo from the trailer, and sorry, I'm playing this I'm talking about this as I watch it in real time with the volume down, just again to keep things consistent. So we see Maki and Daigo in a boardroom talking to a bunch of suits, and if the agency hadn't already given me severe hypno vibes, it's gone and done more than that now. That we now have almost like a board of directors that these two answer to in regards to Digimon, and the idea of mega evolution is brought up in the meeting, which I think is fun. I can't tell if it's Daigo saying Kyuko Shinka, or it could be one of the board members, but either way, it gives the impression that that mega evolution is being brought up in the meeting with the board. And then we see a very happy Joe. This is the happiest we have seen him all series. Like, look at, I mean, you just pause it at 31 seconds and look how wide that smile is and how happy those closed eyes are. We can see Garamon and Gomamon in the TV behind them. Now, we did talk about this in the last video, where it looks like the partner Digimon have been infected, so they're being quarantined in Izzy's server until they can sort out what's going on. We cut across the eyes of Maki, and then we cut to Kari, who's grasping school books, it seems, and then we cut to TK and Patamon, and we can see Patamon's infected. We can actually see the infection in him. His leg is fizzling in and out. It's got that red and purple running through it. But he's really happy about what he's saying to TK, and you know, given the context of the previous promotions where it's all been, goodbye Takeru. This could be maybe Patamon doesn't even realize he's infected, and it's a, we're going to be together forever irony sort of shot. But it's hard to say. And then Daigo is yelling at Maki. Maybe he's found out she knew about Mekumon or the Kaiser. She doesn't seem to really care, or maybe something's gone on in the board meeting that maybe she's approved a plan of theirs and he doesn't agree with it. I don't have subs for this yet, so it's hard to tell, but I just sort of wanted to break it down based on the information we have with the previous 2 chapters and the promo material and what's come out since about the synopsis for the chapter, and maybe just see if we can put heads or tails of it together and just, see what we can come up with. Then, for some reason, Mimi's calling Sora a tsundere, and Matt's giving out to her for it. While Tai is very, oh yeah, I'm doing, he looks like Brock in the scene. Once his eyes close, he just sort of looks like Brock with put Tai's hair on Brock. That's basically what he looks like. And then Izzy's looking at something in the computer, this square or cube, I should say, with a core inside it. And what it reminds me of, funnily enough, now I know they're not going to connect them up again, but what it reminds me of is Quartzmon's, Quartzmon from the end of Cross Wars Young Hunters. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Young Hunters. The main villain Quartzmon, in order to defeat him, the protagonist of the series, Tageru, and his partner has to take the powers of the other 5 series and go hunting after this Digimon in its own internal data. And the only way to actually destroy it is to take out its core. And that reverses all the effects Quartzmon has had on the world and reverts the Digimon back to an egg. Now, that's what it reminds me of. It's not exactly like that, but it's just, oh, okay, that's a thing. It's just one of those. Anyway, so then we get a picture of all the Digimon squished together in the cyberspace server. They're all pressing against the wall, maybe trying to get back out of it from the quarantine, and it's the most adorable thing ever. So it is now my desktop wallpaper, and I am not kidding about that. That is now my desktop wallpaper. We see Matt playing the harmonica. TK is now looking into the ocean or the sea where Joe and Mimi were in the last chapter. Does everybody come here when they have a midlife crisis or a quarter life crisis? You know what I mean. We see Daigo getting annoyed again about something. Mako's upset, and then we see Greymon leaping into the air to attack either the true form of Mekumon or Mekumon's ultimate form, or whatever she became at the end of the last chapter. And I'm inclined to think that that's her ultimate form. Just it's a bit more, it's a bit of a more exaggerated version of the base Mekumon, who is champion level. So I'm inclined to think this is her ultimate form, because the very next scene we see is an evolved Mekumon, and good God, is she terrifying! Absolutely terrifying. Something I should point out: her legs and her stomach. The purple glowing effects remind me of Venom Myotismon. Even the middle, it's like it's got that little face that Venom Myotismon had, although not as campy looking. But God, if this is Mekumon's ultimate form that we even talked about in the last video, not in the last video, but in the most recent Next Order video I did. Holy crap, she is terrifying. That's nightmare fuel right there. But at least the Megaform confirms that Mekumon is a girl. That's a thing, right? People were worried about. Well, maybe not worried, but people were unsure, shall we say. And I know the abridged series parodied the hell out of it. So then Maki looks shocked. Maybe she's after just seeing the mega form of Mekumon, and now she's having an oh crap, what have I done moment. And then we see the black Digivice and a D terminal. And holy sugar, the dark Digivice. So they're teasing more again with the Ken stuff. And why does Ken even have a D terminal? You know, are they making Buchimon canon? I know, you know, I know Wormmon Armor evolved in an audio CD, but there's really no reason for Ken to have a D terminal, because, you know, he's technically got no Digi-Eggs to be carrying around, but it's cool to see the Dark Digivice and the D terminal nonetheless. You know, it sort of plays with the fans a bit more for this trailer. Like, was that Ken in Chapter 2? Was it not? But given the Digivice and the D terminal isn't, you know, in a dark area, maybe Maki has them, or maybe somebody is holding onto them and using Ken's image to carry out their evil schemes. I do like the update to the Digivice where above the screen it now says Digimon Link System, and on the base it now says Evolution, like to make it look more like the toy. I like that, and at the same time I absolutely detest it. Then we see Sora talking to Mako about the bonds between the partners and the Digimon, and you know how they've always been there. And at the same time, we're getting what looks to be Patamon telling the rest of the Digimon that he's actually infected. That's what I'm getting from the context of that. Then we see the Digidestined in a circle, and they're pointing the Digivices into the middle of the circle or at Izzy's laptop, and there's electricity and glowing green lights, and I really don't know what's going on there. And then we get the logo for the trailer, and that's it. Like, it's a minute and a half long, and I've spent 12 minutes summarizing it and putting opinion to things. That is not what I expected, especially since I only really have 15 minutes to play with. I think I've covered everything concerning my thoughts. The Ken baiting is kind of funny. I'm not really sure I like that the Digivice looks more like the toy, or the re-release of the toy for the 15th anniversary. I probably could have done without that. Mekumon's Megaform, presuming that is the Megaform, is terrifying as hell, like pure nightmare fuel. But it looks like it's going to be a really emotional episode. The Digimon being locked away, maybe Patamon thinking he has to, you know, leave the group, or maybe be destroyed to prevent infecting the others. This episode is looking like it's going to be quite the emotional heartstring puller. I'm really not sure what to expect. Obviously, I'd have a bit more context with subtitles, I think, but for what we have, I suppose it's easy to do the guesswork on it. But by all means, sound off below what you think is going to happen. I mean, the poster has already confirmed that we're getting Hercules Kabuterimon in this episode, and just on the poster, it's funny that it didn't twig with me before, because when I talked about the poster before, and it's like they put Mekumon's Megaform like right in front of us, like the armor on the claws, the purple lines, the glowing designs now. Originally the poster was that small that I just took it to be Mekumon's presumably ultimate form. But now that we've seen the trailer and we've context for the new form itself, like they put it right in front of us before they even showed off the trailer. So that's interesting. But yeah, no, guys, sound off below what you think of it, of the trailer overall, what you think is going to happen in the episode. And I'll catch up with you guys very soon. All the best. Take care. If you're new to the channel, as I say, why not digivolve yourself from a visitor into a subscriber and stay on top of new news when it comes out, and new theories and new speculation. All the best, take care, and I'll see you all soon.